I've been dropped in the middle of the wilderness with no coordinates, no map, and no supply, with the smartest zombies I've ever encountered, and you can't just punch a tree to get wood. Stick? No stick. This is the true wilderness experience, a test of if I can survive and thrive without the tools that I've depended on in every single adventure before. Run, run. I really hope I'm running in the right direction. Everything is harder. The zombies are smarter. And I have to use the one mod that my brain has never understood to try to solve as many problems as I can to survive and thrive. Oh my god. This is just a conga line of death. Not good, not good, not good, not good. This one is a heck of an adventure, so I hope you subscribe so you see this and all future videos here on the channel. But let's get started with a brand new challenge, day 1. Just to mix it up, I'm gonna play all of my reactions live. All right, we have to go, 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 go. Iron actually right there is huge, if we can get to it. I don't know if there's a chance for us to get to it. We have to find food right away, huge. Flour, oh, that's right, you can't pick the flower. Okay, I need to... Ow. I cannot afford any damage right now. I have to be extremely careful. Leg damage is not great. We have very little time before night 1 is going to fall. And in that time, we need to get ourselves a piece of flint. Yes. Okay, we did not get the shards. And we need another piece of flint. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yes. Nope, strike 2. Oh, flint. I got flint. Where's big stone? Let's do big stone. Yes! Okay, huge, huge. I'm not gonna lie. I am very much liking this spot. This is a good potential spawn. We need a stick very badly. We got 2 flint shards. I didn't even notice. That's awesome. If we can get a stick. 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 No stick. Stick. No stick. Stick. No, seriously, please, stick. Stick. Sapling. Kind of like a stick. Not something I can use as a stick, though. Oh my goodness, we got 2. That is huge. Okay. 1, 2 gives me this. So I can do... this. Is that enough? No. Oh, that Enderman just scared the daylights out of me. Did I seriously only get 3 plant fiber? That's literally all I needed. You. Good enough. We need to get a house built super quickly. It is about to be nighttime. We got 4 whole logs. Awesome. Great. Thank you. 1, 2 to that. Gets us a crafting table. I need to chop down 1 more tree before it's too late into the night. Hurry, 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 hurry. This is the best start I've had yet. And I'm not kidding. Let me show you just how bad it had gone. Oh, I'm in so much trouble. I'm in so much trouble. I'm dead. Moon's coming up. We're gonna start freezing. And it's gonna get dark. And now we're blind. And I just lost my crafting table. My crafting table. And now we're dead. No! And with the death montage done, I'm building up my own structure when suddenly I made a very small miscalculation that set me up for a very long night. I can't make an axe. I have messed up. I have messed up. I have messed up so badly. This is not good. I need a slab or something. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay. I got a piece of flint. I need to nap this. Oh, I got it. Oh, that's huge. Okay, I need to make the knife now again. I need to do that whole thing again. Can I make a pickaxe? No, I can't. How do I make a pickaxe? Oh, with a lot more flint. Wait, actually, wait a second. Can I? Oh, I can make plant fiber from this. I can use the knife. That's huge, which means I just need more flint. Oh, I don't want to risk that because skeletons can shoot me through that hole. Oh, get away. Actually, spiders is huge. String gets me closer to wool. I need that string. Well, hi, Scott. For anybody who doesn't understand that reference, go watch Vampires SMP. I think you'll love it. Wait, did I not get the string? Don't tell me somebody stole my string. Oh, and did you think it would get better just because the sun came up? No. No, it doesn't get better. Interesting. Okay. How do I make a pickaxe? Handle? Polearm weapons. Maybe that'll... No, that's a weapon. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. This is useful. Oh, I upgraded immediately. That's huge. Where was all of that? I need to make another handle? I'm really confused at what I was just able to make, but I'm not going to complain. Oh, that's a creeper right there. I think I'm under the river right now. I cannot see anything. Okay. That's something. Let's make another round of slabs. I have an idea. Other thing is, I need to make as much wood as I can while I can. Okay, planks is useful. I can make a boomerang! I can have a projectile weapon. Okay. We're opening up here. Can I make sticks? Is it literally? No. Until I know how to make a stick, I really probably shouldn't waste these. What? Oh. Awesome. Awesome. Perfect. More than enough. And it's night again. Well, that was a very eventful day. Huge. I shouldn't offhand anything. Chest plate. Okay, I need that. Wait, that's coal. I didn't even see it in the daytime. I can make a torch. That's a lot more coal. Oh my god, we're saved. Okay, this is huge. How do I make a stone pickaxe? Make another flint one. That's great. I don't know how to make anything with stone. Oh, this is amazing. Less amazing. Oh, it's out there. You get over here. I need that string. I need that string so badly. It's already day. It's already day again. I've been in this box for 30 minutes. Starting with the morning of day 3, I'm actually starting to make a little bit of progress. By placing down gravel very carefully, I can expand out the back of my bunker right here, relying on non-waterlogged slabs to be able to carve a little bit of a path through the bottom of the river. I'm dealing with zombies that are equipped with far more than they theoretically should be. You have a pearl? Drop it. Give me that. Give me that. That would be huge. Give me that pearl. But I just kept powering through. If I can get to both sides of the coast, maybe I can lead mobs to one side and then escape my little bunker on the other, giving me some mobility, some safety. But I really, really wanted those pearls. That can help me out so much too. Oh my goodness, it did drop the pearl. I need that. I need those. I need those so badly. Oh no, they're all the way over there. And there goes my boomerang. It was another boomerang. That's so annoying. Can I make another? I can make another. I can make 2. I can make doors. This is the most ridiculous version of this that I've ever done. Oh my god. That's amazing. That's amazing. It's probably one of the most valuable things that we need in the entire... Oh my goodness. Huge, huge. Now, just main question. How do I make a stone pickaxe? Just the one on top of the roof. I was able to use the boomerang to take out the final skeleton here, and after 3 days was able to return to the surface world, albeit briefly, to get myself a few more saplings and a few more berries. Just barely getting by here. But I've made progress. That's actually a huge amount of progress. I just have an inventory of boomerangs. I am just Australian. I spent the night just staying in the bunker because I'm pretty sure I'll get eaten alive if I even peek outside, but I was finally able to make additional tools, which let me make a furnace, which let me started cooking things. I was also able to finally make a chest so I can finally empty out my inventory. No backpacks this time around, which means I have to be very careful about what I'm carrying. But I was able to mine my way down, get some coal so I can start making torches, making handles with all of this sticks and little bits of string, and figuring out what I can finally bring to bear. I can make torches, which means we can hello. That's a potato. This is huge. Genuinely huge. You know what else is huge? How much I appreciate the people who make what I do on this channel possible, my patrons. I don't know if you've heard, and no, this isn't me rambling about restricted mode or AI age gating. This is about a change that YouTube made back in March that changed autoplay for channels that make really long form videos. It's one of the main reasons I've been working on Legundo, a second channel focused on shorter, quicker to digest content. It's made a big impact. The algorithm really is kind of against what I'm doing on this channel, which is why you're going to see me changing it up soon. But if you want to help support that, if you want to help support this channel, keep Legundo alive, keep what I'm doing possible, go check out my Patreon. For a couple bucks a month, you can help support the channel. You get my world downloads and plugins and other things that I make free and before everyone else, discounts on all of my merch, and just my unending support in surviving the temperamental YouTube landscape. I really would appreciate it if you can support. Link is down in the pinned comment and description. Thank you all so much, and I'll let you all get back to the video. But having had a really lucky night, first thing, as soon as the sun was up on day 4, I ran out of my base and just made a quick circle of torches. Okay, this is awesome. We are out and about. So yeah, I can finally cover some ground. I used my boomerang to kill a few of the mobs across the river, built a small little bridge of slabs that I can get from side to side without freezing from being in the water, and expanded my light over to this side as well. Is this overkill? Probably. I also found a small little 1x2 hole that was just packed with skeletons, trying to clear all of them out so none of the mob logic would summon more in my direction. I was actually able to spend some time chopping down trees, getting myself a whole bunch of supplies, a whole bunch of wood, banking all of the arrows, the bones, anything from all of the mobs that had dropped, because every single piece is valuable right now. I was able to combine some flint, some plant fiber, and sticks to make myself a fire starter, which I took up to the surface because I can use this to set up a more permanent base camp up here. But the first priority is just chopping down trees, as many as I possibly can, to get all of the wood that I can manage to start building a secondary, not exactly house, but a secondary bunker up here, more so on the surface. There's a few rocks that I'm going to need to clear out one step at a time. There's spiders who are still spawning, which are a problem, but are a good one to have, because if I can get enough string, I can get myself a bed and I can sleep through the night. Oh, okay. I need to figure out how that makes a fire. I don't think I have. No, I need more. Okay. Back to the bunker. One more night. My goodness, we're actually progressing. This is phenomenal. Caught myself in a bit of a catch-22 there. Now I need sticks. Oh, no. Welp. I have messed up. Yep, I have messed up. Oh, well, I tried. This is actually promising, though. I mean, I can't see anything. But it does mean I'm not going to be actively attacked as much. So I'm just going to wait out the night. We can go hunt spiders in the morning. Okay, I still don't know how to make a pickaxe. Genuinely just need to wait out the night. So I did that. I just mined stone throughout the night when I started to hear some different noises from outside of the bunker. Is that a wandering trader? Iron. What did I do? Oh, I've done something horribly wrong. And the wandering trader is being eaten. And why is there a glowing witch down there? Oh, that's why. That makes so much more sense. But I realized all of that mining had caused a slight cave-in into the bunker above. And there were zombies inside. As the sun rose on day 5, I'm just fighting block by block, trying to take it really carefully because the drowned that are in here can move way faster in the water than I can, and it would be very easy to get overwhelmed. And unfortunately, the wandering trader who had come to see me, yeah, they had gotten eaten. Oh, that's a lead. Wait, I need that so badly right now. I need Wait, I figured it out. The bone mask. It's making the skeletons not track me. I was wondering why I wasn't getting shot. That makes so much more sense now. That's my first piece of leather. That's my first lead. Both of those are huge. Okay, I need to go get sticks. That's where I'm at. I need sticks. Because I progression locked myself. But I didn't have any time to waste worrying about that. Knowing now that the bone mask protects me from skeletons at least, I can go around chopping down trees and only having to worry about mobs that are gonna rush me to fight me in melee. This let me put any time and attention I could into the house, actually getting the box pretty darn near closed when the thing I was most worried about appeared overhead. Oh, that's the worst. Thankfully, the now house, I struggle to call it a house, but the top bunker was closed, and I was able to dig a tunnel back over towards my original bunker, which I can use the very rudimentary killing pit to be able to use a stone saber and just swing at any mob's ankles that I can find.
Is that a bow? That's 2 bows. Which I can't combine, but still. These bone masks are the only thing keeping me alive right now, basically. What's up? I desperately need to find something that I can sleep.
But utilizing that tunnel, I transferred a lot of the loot over towards the surface structure, using the bunker pretty much exclusively for security and safety going into day 6. A few of the zombies that I killed at the start of the day dropped some extra iron, which was everything I could have ever asked for. And with it, I made probably the single most valuable item I can right now, a bucket. I know what you're thinking, a pickaxe would have been better, but there is so many more things I can do in this very early game just being able to move water around. I finished organizing all of the loot that I had in the house. I put a door on the bunker that it actually can be entered, and it very quickly was.
How did you survive? I am 90% sure I heard your friend get killed. Were there 2 of you? The problem is, I'm not going to be able to get anything from you. You, on the other hand. I'm so sorry. I need the leather. Somewhere around there. You fall in here by chance? You did! Perfect. That hurts a lot, though. Okay, I need to get herbs. Lucky for me, I did just get a bucket.
But with the pillager taken care of, I put a little bit of effort into securing the area directly in front of the door so I wouldn't get shot on my front porch again. And then I'm going to let past me explain just why I needed that bucket.
Okay, the reason why we needed a bucket is because you can't pick flowers. But you can wash them up with a bucket.
So getting all of those flowers and combining them with some seeds allows me to make healing herbs, which is how I can actually fix those locational injuries that you see just to the right of my hotbar. Fixing my head fixes my max health back to full. It removes the headaches, the blindness, all of those awful things that you will be seeing quite a lot of as we power through, at least in the very early game. Bucket is love, bucket is life, and bucket's gonna save this 100 days. I did my efforts to protect the bucket throughout the night, killing whatever zombies were fighting their way just on the other side of the fences, going into day 7 where I was whacked in the face with an iron sword.
Oh my god, that hurts so much.
And let me tell you, I am so thankful that the skeletons aren't shooting me right now.
These bone masks are overpowered in the best possible way.
But I turned my attention to the terrain surrounding my surface bunker, wanting to get it all leveled out, and then using the water bucket to clear all of the shrubbery and flowers away, trying to save off all of the flowers especially, because I need to build a small area for crops so I can start making myself something farmable. I invested 1 of my precious iron into making myself a stone cutter, which I was able to use to make myself a whole bunch of cobblestone walls on the cheap, making a a flint hoe and starting to set up a very basic farming area. It'll take time to get this fully growing, even more time to get it fully secured, but I need to start growing something or I'm going to starve to death. And I was very lucky to get both a carrot and a potato from zombies, so I'm kind of set up at a win here. I headed inside as soon as the phantoms attacked, going back over towards the lower bunker and relying on the killing chamber to get myself a whole bunch of loot that I washed into my own pockets using, you guessed it, the bucket. The following morning, I went to clear out a lot of the stragglers, mainly kiting zombies around while using my boomerang, and I'm just starting to get somewhere. Finally, out in the wilderness, but finally starting to do slightly more than just cower inside of a hole. After a successful day going around and getting a lot of supplies, I focused on condensing a bunch of them down in my limited storage, starting to cook up all of the copper, and just as I was saying that I'm finally gaining ground...
Great. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, great, awesome.
This is terrifying. I had no idea this would happen this early. I have basically nothing when it comes to defenses. One single block of planks between me and all of the zombies that are running in my direction.
Here they come. Why is that one glowing? Okay, now's the time to pull out the bow, I think. Why can I not use this? Why can I not use the bow? They have fingerprint sensors or something? Why can't I use the bows? Oh no. Oh no 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 no. I see you. I see that one. That one's a problem. That one will throw explosives at me. I think we just have to hide.
So I loaded up with whatever ranged combat I could possibly afford and then headed down to the bunker, wanting to rely pretty much exclusively on that, thinking maybe it'll be enough to keep me safe and allow me to kill any zombies before they get to me. And thankfully, all of the prep I had unknowingly done for this very first blood moon led to, believe it or not, a very profitable evening as all of those mobs just kept piling into my little murder hole for me to be able to collect all of their goodies. The next morning, I put a little bit of time in clearing out a few of the zombies and mobs that were still around the base before heading out first thing in the morning as early as I could. I need a lot more iron, and I don't think going underground is going to be smart right now, so going up in the elevations, climbing the mountains is another way to find it. I'm marking my path with torches as I don't have any sort of map, but the days are short, and before I knew it, I was once again trapped in a small hole underground, and well, I'm just gonna let you watch the whole thing pretty much uncut.
Oh boy. This is not going well. I think I'm soft locked. I think I'm soft locked. This is so bad. This is so bad. Why did I leave the house? I just went looking for string. I just wanted string. I wanted to be able to sleep through the night. Why? Why did I do this to myself? This is so tense.
But at some point, I can't keep surviving this, so I just dug out to the surface and ran.
Run. Run. I really hope I'm running in the right direction. That was horrifying. Please be the right way. Please be the right way. Please be the right way. Oh, yes. Okay. We're good. Oh, my God. That was harrowing. That was so intense. That was... Oh, I do not want to ever leave my moderately safe little patch of riverbank ever again. That was horrific.
Since I'm pretty sure that, well, I'm almost certainly living here, and it's probably going to be the only place that's even moderately safe in this entire world for a very long time, I might as well make it a nice place to live, focusing on setting up the frame, trying to get a second floor to the house, just something to give me a little bit more distance on another axis from all of the zombies trying to eat me. As soon as it got dark, though, I went inside. I can't afford phantoms taking me out, and I can't afford getting overwhelmed. I tried combining bows. That just doesn't work. It's a little bit harder than that, obviously, in this pack. But the decorative windows that I'd set up for myself made it so that the mobs were actually even closer to me than I would have wanted, and it was really starting to stress me out. So I primarily leveraged the bunker to be able to lure anything over here, just so I could get all of the drops going into day 11, where those windows were really stressing me out. So I blocked them off, and that actually fixed all the mob pathfinding AI that they all jumped into the pit, and I was able to clear everything. Okay, so no lattice windows for right now. We're gonna have to use something else. And on the topic of using something else, one of the zombies dropped something awesome for me.
That was so immensely loud. Oh my goodness, this is huge. That's a massive gain. And I got more pants. I just wish I could combine them. I can't.
So that's actually a really big upgrade. I also found out that once you have a crafting table, a lot of the things like getting flint are easy because there's recipes, they just require a 3x3. I was also able to use the knife to break up some pieces of leather armor that were dropped by the zombies to get myself a whole bunch of leather that I could finally make myself a canteen and have a viable amount of water that I can take with me out on adventures. I spent the entire day chopping trees before returning back to the house, thinking it would be another nice night where I could just bunker down. And oh, was I wrong.
You've got to be kidding me. They blew up my house. These zombies are the worst.
After waiting out the night over in the bunker, I was able to get back up and onto the surface, clearing out whatever zombies I could find, being really careful about those ones holding the pearls, and being very thankful for the bone mask, which is basically keeping me alive right now. I sealed up the house, but one wall is not going to do it. So it's time to start work on perimeter defenses that I can actually secure a proper space to give me a fighting floor that I can take out the few zombies that make it through instead of just dealing with the whole horde head on. During the night, I was able to kill enough spiders to get myself my first block of wool, 1/3 of the way there, woohoo. But the next morning, day lucky number 13, I made myself a whole bunch of axes and went out chopping down even more trees, just trying to get all of the materials to get the outer wall at least moderately sealed. I finally gave myself something other than berries to eat and figured out I can make a saw, which will get me far more wood or sticks from every single log, basically giving me normal vanilla item conversion rates. And that's huge. That gave me the leg up to be able to get all of the resources to be able to build the fence. And I built it at exactly the right time.
That is so not good. I need more weapons. I need this. I'll need this. I need to make another axe. No, it might be time for the bow.
My hope here is that this blood moon is actually a benefit for me. If more spiders can spawn, I can get more string, and then I can get all of the wool that I need to be able to start sleeping through nights, not dealing with as much mobs. And it was going well for a while. I was getting a little bit of string. I was getting a whole bunch of arrows. The mobs were safely on the other side of a wall until a creeper dropped it. My thought here was to do the same thing I did when I was trapped out in the open. Dig a pit, make a small little 1x1 chute that all of the mobs would fall down into, basically contain the blood moon, and then leave. Let them just have that little zombie hole all to themselves. The only problem was most of the areas I was digging underneath, they were covered in water, meaning that the zombies could just swim down, usually drown, and then turn into something that was far more dangerous, especially in a very confined space. Eventually, the idea of a drop pit just wasn't going to work. I had to instead open up the area that led towards the bunker that had been fully overrun. I took a few hits in that process, and, well, I don't have any healing on me to be able to make that go away. No, the only thing I needed to worry about going away was the blocks separating me from all of the zombies.
That was another explosion.
But I still had a leather reinforced bow that I had gotten from one of the skeletons and about a half a stack of arrows. So once I was able to get to the house to use them, and really didn't want to use them this early, I was able to snipe out a lot of the mobs that were attempting to kill me and eventually secure some peace here at the base again.
Not by much, but we're alive. Oh my god, that was so close. Okay, I need to... This is awesome. We got a bunch of weapons from that. Put that away. Almost enough for another wool. We're one short. Okay. I would really love to be able to sleep. I cannot emphasize how much I would love to be able to sleep right now.
Because, yeah, sleeping would solve about half of my problems right now, but I can't get there if I can't find wool. I made myself as many healing herbs as I possibly could and worked on the wall for the remainder of the day, hiding inside the house and dealing with the few odd zombies that make their way from across the river, meaning that I really probably should secure both sides of this camp if I want to actually survive. The next morning, I used whatever cobble and logs I had to start setting out the frame of what I'm actually going to secure on the other side of the river before running out of both. I figured let's get the stone. It's been a while since I've done any mining, so I just started mining down from right here, right underneath the river and the base. Actually ending up in a patch of iron, which is awesome. I need every single piece of this, but it turns out all of that was protected by silverfish, probably the most annoying mob in all of Minecraft. I set iron to smelt as I was finding it and continued trying to mine down, hoping to land my way into a cave or something where I'd be able to do a lot more exploring, but only really hearing a ton of silverfish and mob sounds around me and having no idea where they'd come from. And the last thing I want is those little bugs to just eat the ground underneath me and drop me into a pit of death.
What is that sound? Where are they? Okay, we're into the deep slate. That sound scares me so much. That's a rocket launcher. Who gave the zombies rocket launchers? It is not worth fighting over. I will just give them time to despawn. Finally. We have a little bit of armor. Actually, it might make sense to have a shield as well. I know this weapon is two-handed, but if we use the mace for now, there's all my iron to use, but now I'm actively using all of it. They have a rocket launcher. Instead, I headed back up to the surface, using a bow and whatever few arrows I have to snipe a few of the mobs that were surrounding the area, catching a couple spiders around here, and finally being able to meet my goals. It happened. It happened. Wait a second, it happened. Yes! 16 days. 16 days to sleep once. Oh my god. Feels amazing. Feeling like $1 million after that few brief seconds of sleep, I finally have a handle on this. I dealt with a few of the straggler mobs that were surrounding the base and then just focused on resource gathering, chopping down trees, using all of the cobblestone from the tunnels that I had mined the previous few days to finish completing the overall skeleton of where I want to keep this wall that I can start building the actual compound I'm going to survive in. I can even go so far as stripping the logs on the wall so it looks nice. I can focus on aesthetics right now. This is huge. Also, my potato crop had come in, so I had a little bit better food. I'm going to be eating way more than just berries, and I slept the second I was able to, meaning I had far fewer mobs to deal with the next morning as I'm plopping fences down in all of the locations to secure the outer areas. The wall, the fence, that was finished. I even set up little arches over the river on both sides just to keep continuity of the barrier, even though this is kind of the very obvious weak point of the overall space. But it was going well. I was feeling lucky, and the moon was, for once, actually on my side. But the night was a bit cold, and even with the blue moon, too many mobs are going to spawn, so I slept going into day 19, where I continued work on the base all day. I worked on walls, I sniped enemies, I reinforced all of my defenses, and I harvested myself a ton of food, getting a bunch of flint that I could hopefully turn into arrows, or if not more flint tools, and then actually figuring out how to use this fire starter to make myself a proper campfire, and very quickly making myself about a half of a dozen. And on the morning of day 20, a fifth of the way through this adventure, it was finally time to head out and properly explore. Okay, the river just ends in this direction. So let's maybe check the other way, which requires opening the bridge slightly. Excuse me, excuse me, excuse me. Beep, 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 beep. Look at us. We're out. We're about. We're exploring. 20 days in, and I'm finally able to basically leave my immediate area. I have to be really careful on the day and managing my time, but this is awesome. I'm looking for any potential deposits of andesite, iron. Iron would also be very good. Places where the river isn't as dried up, potentially. I think I picked a good spot. Clay. I need this. I need a shovel in order to dig it. Shovel. I need 3 pieces of flint. Okay, well, it's a little scary. Okay, lots of granite. Lots of stone. That's a little bit too far, I think. It is approaching night rapidly. I'm happy to have even made this much ground, but it's too far away to make it back to the base safely in the middle of the night. So I'm going to have to bunker down here. I used a bunch of doors to get myself deep underwater, thinking that if I was far enough away from anywhere that the mobs would actually spawn, maybe, hopefully, they can't pathfind to me, and I can actually kind of camp out in safety, hiding in a little hole deep underneath the river. Sure, I'm freezing to death, but at least this way I can get myself a little bit of iron along the way. It proved to be a bit of a mixed bag and a little tricky, especially when the spiders can crawl up the walls and directly through the door if I'm not careful. So I made my way back up to the island in the middle of the lake right here, used torches to keep myself just barely warm enough to not freeze to death, and sniping whatever zombies tried making my way. A few wild wolves actually ended up helping with some of that, and it was great. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make them friends, even with a few bones on hand. The next morning, I figured, you know what? If I'm gonna sail, I need to be able to cover a lot more distance. Being able to stay in that boat and cover ground, or I guess water, is one of the best ways I'm gonna be able to travel very quickly. It's almost mirroring actual human development, staying and relying on the waterways for safe travels. Continuing to push down along the river, finding 2 giant cave structures. And I really want to use Create to solve a lot of the problems here. And I'm hoping that near or inside one of these cave structures is a patch of andesite that I could harvest up and turn into a bunch of andesite alloy. But there are far too many mobs here, and I am far too ill-equipped to be able to take on a proper siege into one of these strongholds. So at some point, I just doubled back and started heading back towards the base, chopping down a lot of the resources that I had collected and trying to figure out what the bare minimum I can take out is for me right now. And I'm so used to relying on backpacks to give me just effectively infinite storage. So I sat, I planned, I bunkered down, purified water, and called it a night there, both in-game and IRL. I needed sleep. It was like 2 in the morning. And the next morning in both, I headed back towards one of those caves, flipped a coin, decided to pick one, and jumped in looking for iron and andesite. Both are going to be essential for moving forward, and I was really lucky in column A, but not quite so lucky in column B. And then I was an idiot and burned myself on one of the furnaces. But all the iron I was mining up, I smelted, and I was actually able to upgrade my full kit to iron armor. I'm now as best defended as I can until I can go and find a whole bunch of diamonds. So I just started digging down and, well, yeah, let's go do that. Let's go find a bunch of diamonds. I'm, like I said, at my maximum defense, and the armor is at its full durability, and iron armor does not last forever, so I want to put it to use as quickly as I can. Now, I'm finding a ton of granite, a bunch of copper, zinc is super useful, some redstone, some lapis, and the occasional block of emerald ore, but nothing when it comes to andesite or diamonds. I'm smelting up the iron as I get it, because the last thing I want to do is end up underground without a pickaxe, and there's no breaking blocks without the proper tools. Continuing to fight off mobs constantly, making my way to a large calcite and I forget what this blue crystal is called, and thinking maybe somewhere along all of the patches and edges of this, some andesite would generate. Create's really a big fan of turning andesite into a decorative block, not exactly having it generate normally, at least never in the biomes that I seem to actually exist in. I still, to this day, don't know how that works. But I spent a lot of time, and I do mean a lot of time, digging around all of these different veins where all of these different minerals met. Got myself a lot of tuff, a lot of deep slate, a lot of calcite, so I can make a bunch of pretty things, just nothing mechanical and nothing inherently useful. And then I dug a little bit deeper. Oh no. Oh no. No. This is not what I intended to do today. Ooh. Ah, ha, ha, ha. No. I don't see any andesites anywhere around here. And I don't think I would. Okay. Let's just not and say we did. Woohoo! That is a whole bucket of problems for another day. If I could even find my way back up to the surface. Just no thank you. Nope. Nope. No thank you. So, as it rolled over to day 25, I turned my attention towards a different direction in the caves, minding my way down into another small crack in the stone, and eventually following that along to an area where it opened up to a larger cave system. It was far too filled with skeletons who were sniping me from a distance, so I couldn't go that way, but in doubling back and securing off a wall, I found what I was down here for. Well, half of what I was down here for. Let's go! Diamonds! Okay, not what I was here for. I'm here for andesite. And the fact that I found diamonds before andesite in another 100 days, that's very create focused. Why does this keep happening to me? Alright, it's time to get out of here. I have been not underwater. Underground for what? Oh, 4 days now. So I thought this was a good time to leave. I'd expended quite a bit of resources at this point. I'm halfway through my water, I'm halfway through my potatoes. It's bingo fuel. I need to turn around. Oh, there's a blood moon waiting for me back on the surface. That's a problem. Oh, this could not be worse. Oh, this is... Why a blood moon when I'm out? Worst possible timing. Both? Blood moon and a horde. Both. Great. Both. Oh, so bad. And a thunderstorm. Can this night get any worse? Oh, they're all drowning. Why did I open my mouth? Why did I say anything? Why? Why do I do this to myself? Trying my best to keep a very big wall between me and all of these zombies. I'm trying really hard to be eloquent, but in the moment, it's just panic. It is just terror. Tunneling inside of the walls, hearing hundreds of corpses screaming for you on the other side, and creepers who are so excited to make a hole to let them all find you. I had to double back and forth, finding an edge on the wall, a spot where things quieted down just the tiniest bit to give me an indication that there might be a gap in the dead line that I'd be able to push through. And it turns out I had dug all the way up the wall, basically to the entrance of the cave, but they were not gonna let me go without a fight. And it wasn't just the dead who were trying to kill me. The sun and clouds and like the water cycle. The water cycle was trying to kill me too, as a tornado had formed, and I couldn't tell if it was headed in my direction or not. I'm really nervous which direction that's heading. Is that headed to me? Oh, yep, that's absolutely touching down. I genuinely don't know if this is heading towards me or not. I get the feeling it is, and I get the feeling I need to go this way to avoid getting pulled up by a tornado. That's a spider with strength. I want to leave that behind. So not wanting to be eaten by the storm, I dug into the hill right here and just tried to find myself the tiniest bit of shelter, and then the voices returned. Did I get followed all the way up here? They followed me all the way here. So here we are again, once again trapped in a small 1x2 tunnel that I'd carved underneath the ground, trying to fight through little slits in the stone that I make by using slabs that keep getting blown up by creepers, and I have no idea how I'm going to get out of this alive. I fought through the night,
just trying to take out whatever had followed me here, but they kept spawning and they kept growing in number. I was never making a dent until the creepers basically said, run or die. So I ran, made my way back to the river, seeing the devastation from the tornado, and I had exactly one thought on my mind. Oh, please, 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 please let the base still be there. Please let the base still be there. Please. That's the island. I'm running in the wrong direction. Please let the base be there. Please let the base be there. That all got weathered. This all got weathered. This is not good. Please let the base be there. Please, 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 please let the base be there. Okay, that's promising. I think the storm missed the base. Oh my. What an eventful day. My God. Okay. And still no andesite. That's the worst part, is still no andesite. So while I had upgraded my personal kit, my technology is unfortunately stagnated. I'm not going to be able to move into anything with create until I can find a whole bunch of andesite. But lucky for me, the copper that I was collecting, well, that has some more uses.
That is a nice middle of the road upgrade. That's huge. Can I make a copper saw? No. This one's about to break.
I immediately put those copper boomerangs to use, using them to clear out a few of the zombies that had accumulated around the walls during the time that I had been away from the base, and then heading out using the saw to cut down more trees to get more logs and also get more drops from each of the logs. You get the idea. I'm getting far more wood from every tree that I now chop down. I headed back to the base to cook up a whole bunch of potatoes on all of the campfires, basically running from point to point to do all of my cooking. I'd love to cook different materials. I have the option to cook so much more in this pack. I just need to find a lot more of the base ingredients, and all of those have been very difficult to get my hands on. The next morning, I was doing more clearing out, specifically of those TNT-oriented zombies, the ones that are a big problem if they get a little bit too close to my walls. And I'm taking a look at what other options I have for ranged combat. The boomerangs are nice, but they're slow, and they're way too easy to get lost, despite them being so cheap to manufacture. But it turns out I can actually make other things, including copper tomahawks. And oh boy, are these just fun. I thought I needed to make 8 to stack them. Instead, I made 8 stacks of them, each of them throwing 8. So my inventory is overloaded right now, but I have a ton of projectile weaponry, which will be good for a push to assault one of those caves again. And actually, here's the moment where I figured that all out. Oh, that is actually really good. Wait. Each one of those throws for 8 times. That's actually amazing. Wait a second. Let's leave the boomerangs and stuff behind for right now. That's actually awesome. Okay, how does this work? Okay, and then I pick it up. That makes a lot more sense now. Oh, and there's one behind. 8. But it takes up a little bit of durability. Okay. Okay, I see how this works, and that's awesome. Does it also work as an axe? No. It would be cool if it worked as an axe. Quite wet and quite cold. Or we can grab these two. If I've done my time right. Okay, not quite sleeping time. But I feel way more equipped to be able to go out and do another caving run tomorrow. So bright and early, as quick as I could, I headed out right first thing in the morning on day 30, going to the other one of the cave entrances directly opposite the one that I had started trying to take on a few days ago. My thought here is if I focus on caves that are quicker to get to, I lose less time in the actual transit and more being able to actually push my way in. I'm equipped with a shield because I know that I'm going to have to deal with a lot of skeletons to be able to make a beachhead underground. And I was very, very right. Taking one too many close calls from long-range arrow hits that they can shoot way further than I can throw tomahawks. I'm making little pinpricks of light with torches to be able to just defend as much as I can, but I keep getting sniped in the head, and that hurts after a while, knocking down my maximum health and forcing me to do a full retreat to be able to get myself even just the littlest bit healed. But one of the closest calls is when one of the zombies drowned with a fishing rod that they could pull me towards them in the water where they could hit me so much harder and so much faster than I can possibly hit them. It was 1, maybe 2 hits away from just end of video right there. But at this point, I'm at half health, I'm injured, I'm hurt, my shield is on really low durability. I'm out of projectile weapons. I am fully and totally routed, running back towards the base to sleep through the night and try to reset the following day. And I actually ditched my iron helmet for a bone mask. It only protects for half, but by turning off skeletons, the damage that it mitigates by removing a complete threat from the board cannot be understated, and is probably the only way I was able to make my way into these caves at all. But I actually saw a single emerald ore here where I picked up that emerald and then headed out to the lake because there was a wandering trader hovering there who I wanted to see if we could make a deal.
Come here, you. What do you got? Can I buy something from you? Oh my god, that's huge. Look, I'm sorry. I need the leather, okay? Dripstone, though. Oh my god! That was a lot. Since when can they do that? Since when can they do that? That's not fair. Ow! Since when can they do stuff like that?
Now knowing to be significantly more afraid of creepers, I worked my way down into the caves, finding some small patches of iron, making sure to pick up all of the metal, because I'm doing a ton of damage to my armor here, and I need to make sure I can replace it pretty quickly, and fighting my way deeper, relying exclusively on ranged to take out the creepers, because if one of them does that whole martyrdom explosion, it would almost certainly kill me if I was in melee. But I made it to the next drop down in the caves, the next stage where I'd have to commit a little bit further. And there was a whole conga line of death heading in my direction that I needed to clear out before I could safely go that far.
There's gotta be something in here. Call it confirmation bias, but this feels like way too many mobs. I feel like the world is trying to tell me I'm on the right track.
Kiting zombies around, clearing out little bits of path to get myself the blocks that I need, dealing with zombies purling directly into my face, and doing far more damage than they realistically should. And then also learning that I can use some of that leather to make myself a bundle. And with so few inventory spaces to use, any way that I can condense and consolidate disparate items in my inventory is absolutely massive. But I did eventually make it down to those next set of tunnels, just trying to throw torches down, being chased by a golden Filza zombie who I'm pretty sure would kill me pretty quick. But I saw it right there. Andesite. I just need to be able to safely come here and harvest it. And getting out of this cave was going to prove almost as hard as getting in.
Okay, I'm in a bit of a hard spot right now. I saw andesite. I saw andesite in that tunnel. I need to come back here at some point. But I need food and defenses and so much stuff and shields and gear and healing. Mainly food. Okay. Run. That worked. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Okay. I'm just gonna run. I'm just gonna run. It's faster. I don't trust the boat right now. Oh my god. That almost killed me. Woo! Yo, let's go. Okay, I know there was andesite there. We're going for andesite. Nope. I'm fishing rodded. I have no food. That would have helped. Food would help. Food would help. And now I'm freezing for some reason.
Realizing that I was out of food and suffering from intense headaches from having a zombie push a sword directly into my skull, I turned my attention back towards home, using a lot of bone meal to grow myself a lot of potatoes, which I started cooking on all of the campfires, and then turning that bone meal to the grass to get myself a lot of cornflowers, which I could harvest with a water bucket and turn into a lot of healing herbs, which I can use to repair the locational damage, much like the massive gash in my skull. I did have to worry about the crows trying to steal all of the potatoes, so I had to eventually just resort to cooking them all inside, getting everything sorted, calling it a night, and heading out the following morning, but not before being worried about the weather.
Okay, the wind is... that's a potentially big storm. I need to figure out how to make a weather deflector, but I think I need redstone for that, and I don't have any. So I definitely need to keep going mining. So now I have 2 reasons to go mining. We're going back. They're still bobbing right there.
I don't have time to worry about that, though. A lot of the problems that I'm dealing with right now, especially with just getting basic resources, can be solved if I can get into Create. But for that, I need andesite. And I am pretty sure I saw andesite down here in these tunnels when I had run through them a few days prior. Granted, it was the next day IRL, so I had remembered exactly where I had seen it, and it ended up doubling back on myself quite a few times. I'm picking up a lot of redstone, a lot of gold, dealing with creepers who can launch themselves up over my shield and explode on top of my head. But I know it's down here. I know I saw it.
Okay. No, I swore I saw andesite here. I mean, there's redstone. I need that. There's zinc. There's iron. I need all of that. Okay, so where I thought I saw it. There's got to be another look. I did see it. I did see it.
From here, it's a ton of mining. There is andesite here, but it is intermixed with multiple different types of blocks, so I have to kind of dig through and get a few pieces here, a few pieces there. I'm spending the entire day just mining all of this because I need every single block of this to be able to get myself all of the andesite alloy to really dig into Create and solve a lot of my resource problems. Mechanisms and automation is how I fix it. But in order to get to that point, I need to make sure I survive the trip home.
Oh my god. Oh, I almost died.
Being acutely aware of how close I was to death right there, I turned my attention towards clearing out all of the mobs around here and then building up high enough walls that nothing could make its way in, and turning my attention back, once I knew my back was safe, to collecting all of the iron, gold, redstone, but most importantly, all of the andesite I could possibly find.
Whoa, no, you get that out of here. Nope, I got hooked. No, leave me alone. Okay, it's time to go. The torches are helping so much. Okay, there might be sunsets. Okay, That's a lot. 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 That's a lot.
Running my way through all of these mobs, I just beelined straight for the house, being freezing, damaged, thirsty, hungry, all of the above, but getting to sleep and being really excited for a productive day the following morning.
Okay. This is awesome. Do I have... I do. Let me put stuff away. I have too much stuff now. This is actually amazing. This should start cooking. Come on, get in the bushes. Oh, you just go around the bushes. That's not fair. What are you? Okay, they're the explosions that I've been hearing. Good to know. Come on over here. I need to make specifically chests. Or specifically andesite and wood and so many other things. But now, what is it? Day 36. Oh, the zoom. Oh, it really doesn't like the zoom. But now, day 36, I can finally get started with create. It's taken so much effort to get here. I know I need one of those. Sandwich. Tuna chunk. How do I get a tuna chunk? Probably by slicing up tuna. I know I need potatoes. Not that. That. Yes. Water wheel. And I want the big one. Or those. Probably more, right? Why don't we just make 2 big water wheels in the beginning? To have a lot more power that we can put out. That's one with the fuse. I want to deal with that in the morning.
But after spending a day getting into the very basics of create and power generation, it's time to focus on cleaning this place up. I first filled out the bunker. I covered it all up, got it all secured, filled in. I don't want a single creeper blast just trapping me in a pit with a bunch of undead right here. And then I put the effort into clearing out as much of the river as possible, getting a lot of the mobs that were around here removed, and being very concerned that the rocket creepers had followed me home.
I don't like that. Oh my god. Those are the worst. The rocket creepers are the worst thing. The worst thing.
But I spent a good portion of the day redoing all of the tunnels surrounding and kind of going in and out of the base here, trying my best to make sure I would have escape routes if necessary, and then turning my attention towards the giant water wheels, wanting to get them set up in the river, but the water wasn't flowing just yet. So the following morning, I got back to it. First, turning my attention to any mobs that had found their way wandering inside of the fence. The bone mask is still coming in very clutch right here to make sure I'm not going to get shot constantly, and then needing to have to go out and collect a whole bunch of wood. I don't want to just have the water wheels hovering in the river. I want to build a small, not boathouse, but watermill house surrounding them, a housing for them to be contained within that makes this whole base actually visually make sense on top of everything else that we're building. But in ascending the mountain, in finding out that there's this massive peak right here, I really wanted to summit the whole thing.
Can I go higher? Can I push for higher? Puppy! No puppy. It keeps going. I need to get way higher. Look at how high the mountains go. I can absolutely climb this. I think the body's telling me not to climb this. Nope, I'm freezing. Can I just, like, crouch amongst the torches? Is it enough? No. Mark my words. We're climbing that mountain. I don't care when, but we're going to climb that mountain. Oh. Wait. I've been there already. That's good to know. Oh, that's the top of the cave I've already entered. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Run. I love these tomahawks so much. The following morning, once I had rested and recovered myself a little bit, I spent the time just clearing out all of the zombies surrounding the fence, having to use my tomahawks to clear out a few of the ones that ended up inside the fence because it is an imperfect wall, and, well, the undead can swim. I will fix it, eventually. Just bear with me. But I did a lot of digging along the gravel here on the side of the river, just enough to get the water starting to move. Once that was done, I started working on an actual structure surrounding both of these water wheels, relying on a lot of the modded blocks to give it a little bit more texture, a little bit more depth and variety in the overall structure of the thing. And I actually came out with something that I'm really, really happy with. It's small, it's simple, but it works really nicely. And it caused me to reevaluate a lot of the decorative blocks that I was using over on the house that I'm still kind of piecemealing as I'm making progress here and going back and doing a little bit of detail work in some small spaces. But the following morning, I really wanted to get this thing done, but operating so close to the river allowed the zombies to, instead of getting stuck on the fence, just trying to constantly run at me from that direction, pathfind around the weak points, the river being the least secure part of the base overall. Luckily, tomahawks can solve most problems, less so if they can pearl onto the roof and come get a little nibble before you stab them. But eventually, after a little bit of work, the wheelhouse was complete. Okay. That's something. And it actually looks nice for a change. Now I get to ruin it with gears. Okay, so I've heard about this. I can do this, and then the gears can kind of coexist next to each other. And then there we go. There's speed gear without having kind of offset. I think I've done that right. That's too fast, probably, but here we go. Something. Depot. Are we... Wait, is this usable at this speed? Yes, it is. That's huge. That's the fastest I think I've ever been able to get one of those. I think the 2 water wheels makes a huge difference. That lets me make a fan, right? Fan. Lets me make an encased fan, which I know is next steps to be able to do a lot of stuff. Oh, I need the mixer. I think I need 5 of those for that. Put that there for a second. Now let me make the mixer. It does. Okay. This is about normally as far as I get. This is as far as I have to go. Maybe crushing wheels. We are going to go so much further. So much further. So can I, like, I wonder. Can I power all of these at once? That would be amazing if I could. Yo, I can power them all at once. That's huge. 2 water wheels?
That has so much extra power because I've never been able to run all of this at once. This, I think, is the main way I'm going to defend myself. I have ideas. I have ideas for that. But I need kelp and I need lava if I'm going to put that to use. I should move this. Look at that. That's awesome. Okay. So, realistically, I need to find lava. I think I need to get out of here and go on a little bit of a trip. So I started prepping to go out on an adventure, probably the following day, as it's going to take time to make all of the buckets and the armor, the food that I need to be able to leave. While working on that, I took a little bit of stone that I had it converted to stone brick, and I started thinking about some crenellations and defenses that I can make over on the other side of the river. Not having everything just in one house, if that gets overrun, I have no real recourse. But in halfway through building the tower, I ran out of stone, which meant, well, let's see if we can light and smelt all of this using the fan that we had just made, but that also requires lava, so we're back to square one. I'm desperately in need of lava, so let's sleep and get to the next day. Oh wait, something has me super nervous, which means that I'm just waiting for a horde to attack, and it's gonna attack at some point during this day, so we can't sleep. So I turned my attention to the house, just working on reinforcing, building out a second floor, making sure that there's barriers around all of it in case there's zombies with fishing rod that they can't just pull me off the roof if I happen to be up here. And eventually they showed up. There it is. That's awful. Literally could not be any worse. And if the zombies themselves weren't enough of a problem, granted, it's one that I can kind of manage by just putting a whole lot more fences and making a little bit of cage around the front of the base, almost like a little bit of a shark cage. But I'm able to stab all of the zombies. The only issue that we have here is the ones with pearls and fishing rods that can kind of overcome this wall. And also the phantoms attacking me from up in the sky since I can't sleep since it's been more than enough days for them to be able to spawn in too. And it was weird near the end of the night there. Oh my god. Let's go. Phantom's down. Oh my. This is such a problem. The air is so not quiet right now. Oh my god. This is just a conga line of death. What I wouldn't give for one good bucket of lava right now. They're literally entity transforming. My only hope right now is to just run. Just, oh my god, they're just chasing me. Now if I can go around and double back and get back inside the walls, maybe then I can get on top of the roof.
Oh, I'm in. I'm in. I'm in. Oh my god, I'm in. I think I need to keep 1 or 2 of those on hand, just in case. How do I make tomahawks again? Oh, it's not crafting. And now there's a storm. Great. Great, great, great. This is so awesome. I'm so happy right now. I'm so excited. Great. Awesome. Wonderful. Why? Oh, I hate everything about this. If I stay under the roof, the phantoms shouldn't be able to spawn. Boots, that's a lot of leather I can cut up once these all handle themselves. That's so creepy. Get me back under the roof. I'm gonna freeze. I'm gonna start freezing to death. That is a lie. The undead begin to burn. My butt they do. Okay, that's all of them covered. Do I need to put a helmet on? That's not great. Ow. Right in the head, too. That's the worst. Oh, well, okay. There goes that. I have nothing ranged to speak of. I have a very dumb idea. Yeah, that was very dumb, but it worked. Oh, that works so well. I only got 1 of each axe. Well, okay, it worked less well than I was hoping. I got 1 skeleton out for all of that effort. But you know what? That actually counts for something. Ow! You over there, you're this wall needs to be higher. What do you mean? I've made this a half a dozen times. What do you mean new recipe unlocked? Mods are weird sometimes. Too far. How? Oh. Worry about making this pretty later. Need to make I just need to survive long enough to make a pretty house. It's not looking great. I've knocked them out of the range of the boomerang. Those are the ones inside the wall. Okay, well, I've done that again. I need towers on both sides, probably. Just something to defend this place better. I also desperately need lava or some kind of long-range damage or area of effect damage. But it's gonna just burn my wall down, which isn't great. Oh! What are you? Thank goodness they burn. Okay. I don't think they dropped any armor. No, they didn't. That's a bummer. I really need leather. The only way I can really cover a lot of distance is by water. So, I'm literally going to flip a coin. I don't know if that got picked up on the mic. Tails. We're going this way. Heads was that way. I decided that retroactively. That's going to seem very silly. You didn't see the coin. I could have said whatever I wanted right there. I'm leaving that in. You know what would be smart is if I made a bed. That would be smart. I'm just going to go. We're just going to go. Ooh. Is there another tornado this way? Based off of how all the gravel and roads are torn up, I'm going to assume yes. Okay, this is the furthest I've been so far. Let's keep going. Chicken! Desperately needed potentially feathers, but, well... This is the furthest I've been from home by a great distance. And with no map, I have to be very careful about navigating back. Additionally, it is almost dark, and I do not want to have to reset my safety from 0. So we're just going to move as quickly as possible. Oh, why did I bother fixing that water when this bit's right here is all messed up? Okay. I'm going to play it safe. Did I bring any iron with me? I did not. That's a big problem.
So without more iron, I need to be really careful right here. If I break my only pickaxe, I can be entombed in the ground with no chance of recovery Although I'm not sure I really have to worry about that, as creepers are very obviously trying to explode their way towards me, so there will eventually be a way out. It'll likely be death though. But sticking to the dirt layer so I'd be able to eventually escape, I relied on single blocks and slabs to make little firing windows that I could reach out and attack when things got a little too close, and pushing creepers away so they won't blow that up and just rush into a 1x2 tunnel and eat me alive. And it was harrowing.
Okay, my armor's looking a little rough too. This isn't great. Knock them down there where they can't do damage. I hate the sound of that. Okay, that's sunrise. Run! That was the most pathetic water escape ever. 30 blocks, but we're out. We're out. Let's go. This is... Pearls came in so handy. That's really good. We got a string from that. Great. And we've ruined our water supply. Contaminated the canteen because I was looking down. Shoot. Not gonna lie, that is worth stopping to fix. Got an apple. Anything interesting? Nope. Wait. Wait. This might be onions. Hold up. This is actually huge if this is true. Hold on. Stand by. Stand by. No, wild carrots. I mean, good for some raw food, I guess. Keep pushing. Magma blocks is awesome. Wait. Pigs. Hold up. I want bacon. Did I get feathers? No. Shoot. I'm way too far from home to be able to get them back. A feather! Finally, I can make arrows. Well, that was... You. Do I have a lead? I do not. Stop everything. That sheep has to come with me. Also, sugarcane. When did sugarcane grow? That's huge. Okay, I know we were out here for lava. And we might come back this way because this path has definitely been profitable. That sheep has to come home with me now. Where are you? Where did that sheep go? Oh, there's a creeper there. No, thank you. You, come on. No, 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 no. I am not asking. There's two. This is massive. Absolutely massive for my potential to survive. I need to get... What do you mean? Oh, there's a skeleton. That's why. Oh, that's heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. Where's my boat? I need the other one. Sheep. Here, sheepy, 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 sheepy. Get in the boat. Okay, I need you to get in the boat. I need you to get in the boat in the morning. Because right now I need to very quickly run and hide. Oh my, this is not good. That drown's got an iron sword. And I am freezing to death. That baby zombie's got an enchanted weapon! Oh, it's gonna be a long night. Can already tell it's gonna be a long night. I'm just gonna hide up here and hope for the best. Sailing back along this way is going to be harrowing, but that is a problem for tomorrow me, not today me. That skeleton there's got my number. Is there a forest fire? Is there lava over there? There's probably lava over there. There's definitely lava over there. That's the main thing we came out here for. If we can get the sheep too, that's a bonus, but somewhere over there is what we need. Oh my. That's a lot. Okay, so I think I'm going to take an alternate strategy here. I just need to get the sheep in the boat so it doesn't despawn. We're going to do something insanely risky. We're going to long distance pearl. This might be stupid. We'll see. I can get away from all of them. Maybe they'll despawn? Sheep. Hello, sheep. Please don't tell me the sheep already despawned. Flowers. Lots of flowers. Okay. This is actually really, really good for me. I got you. Perfect. Can I get away from that creeper in time? Oh my god! Ones with a fishing rod are the worst. Oh, it just buried the sheep. Okay, that is terrifying. Nope, no, no. Sand. I just saw that. And more sheep. Okay. This was the right coin flip. I'm getting a stack of sand for right now. We can get more later. I need leads. Realistically, that would be smart. Okay. This is a nuclear option, but it is an option and I have to take it. I cannot deal with another night, another full night out here in the wild. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. 2. Ow! Okay, hitting sheep makes other sheep hostile. Good to know. Let's get ourselves in safe. And have another escape hatch this way if necessary. And we just frantically click on this and hope for the best. Monsters nearby. And I'm out of pickaxes, and I don't think I have... Nope. I can make a flint one, but that's about it. Okay, perfect. We've done it. Okay. The hard part about that is going to be getting through there. I'll come back for you later. I just go around wide. I think I'm okay. Oh, I used the wrong string. No. Okay, well, that's disappointing, but it's fine. I meant to use the plant string, not my good string. All right, you. Come on. Nope. Sheep, if you could just not. What do you mean you got out of the boat? Perfect. Perfect. I will make this water work. Homeward bound we go! Somewhere there is lava. I will get it. That's my next trip. No, you two get away. Oh, wolves. I didn't even think about wolves being a threat right now. I'm sorry, doggy. No, the wolf. Ah, that's so frustrating. I do not in this moment feel lucky. I'm just going to go over to where the forest fire is. I hope that the light is going to keep all the mobs away. And it worked. Okay. Where is the spark that lit this? Where is the spark of this? What started the fire? Hello. Here we go. Okay. Flint and steel is actually ridiculous in this. Mending on the pickaxe, smite 2 on the knife. All of that is ridiculous. Okay. This can go here. 63. I might not have gotten a sheep, but buckets of lava is actually really, 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 really useful. Especially for braving cold temperatures. That actually could kind of be game-changing right now. I need to get this water all sorted. Oh, that's a bear. Okay. That's worrying. Right to the next one. Well, shoot. Run! Oh, too much damage. Too much damage. Nope, too much damage. We're just gonna run along the coastline and hope for the best. Maybe we can sleep here. Run for the creepers! Think I might be able to run home. We are almost home. I think I can see home. If not, I know where it is. My pockets are also very full. I think I can sail the rest of the way, but I know where sheep are. It's huge. Worth going that way again. Oh, I don't like that storm being there. But we are into torched territory. There's home. Oh, it feels so good. It feels so good to be back. A very long journey. We have successfully, I might add, gone and collected lava, and we know where wool is, which is huge. Sand can go here for now. Okay, let's recover. Flint and steel is massive, just genuinely, objectively massive. 7 leather from that is huge. Golden hoe is huge. But having deposited all of the loot, taking time to make sure everything was placed just so, I put some dirt down on the other side of the river that I could plant the sugarcane over here. Did a bit more organizing in all of the chests, just trying to figure out the extent to which I had really accelerated myself by going out on this scouting mission, and then started taking a look at what I could do for food, as it's pretty much my biggest bottleneck when it comes to healing right now, and getting a whole bunch of bread a lot easier would be great. So I made myself a millstone that I could then grind down wheat to be able to leverage a lot of the create recipes, setting that to all populate, and then going to sleep as we hit the halfway point of this adventure. And believe it or not, that's actually where we're gonna stop right now. The next half of this is wild, and this video is already 2 hours long. So I'll have the other half of this adventure in a week or 2 right here on the channel. But I have 2 other huge projects in the works that I'm really excited for you to go check out. Make sure you subscribe to both this channel and Legundo so you can see all the content that I have coming up. I will see you all very, very soon. And watch for the skies, because a blood moon is about to rise.